What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the #1 comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Right now, I'm continuing my series of reviews of Love Is Blind. This is season 2, episode 3. Don't know the name of the episode, but we'll keep it moving. And again, for those who are new to my channel, I do light, detailed reviews. I don't hit every scene. I go over points that stuck out to me or major points that I think that should be addressed. And as the #1 YouTube commenter, I'm looking for your comments. I need y'all down in the comments. As I say, I don't ask for likes. I don't ask for subscriptions. If you rocking with J-Dub, that's what you're going to do anyway. I need you in those comments. If you enjoy comment, if you are not sure if you like the comment, this is the channel for you. We all about the comments here. Whatever you got to say. The motto of this channel is say what you say. However you feel. Popular opinions, unpopular opinions. I need you down in the comments because that's where all the fun is. We get into debates. We share our views. We teach. We learn. We laugh. It's just a whole bunch going on in the comments because that's the best part. So let me go ahead and get into the review. And we start off with episode 2 left off. Shania pops up in a pod and she's talking to Doofy, aka Shane, and she's pretty much confessing her feelings to Shane and just telling him that she could see herself with him and she shouldn't have held back because she realizes that Shane has moved on with Natalie. So oddly enough, Shayna has already been proposed and accepted Kyle, aka Demon Boy's proposal, but now she's back in the confessional in the pod, letting Shane know that she has all these strong feelings for him and she should have just stepped up. And that's kind of crazy, but we see Shayna really wants to keep that a secret. She tells Shane, like, you know, we need to keep this private. And I guess that's a trait of a love triangle, even though there's cameras everywhere, because again, what I said I didn't like about Love Is Blind, people take the information from the pods and take it back to the other cast members, which could be a problem. Why? Because other people are dealing with the other people, so that affects the way they deal with each other. So now Doofy's just struggling and saying, oh, I wish I had that information 2 days ago. Pretty much saying to me that Natalie is really his default or safer choice other than Shayna. And I agree with that. I think Doofy and Shayna would have been a better fit. So after that, we go to something that was really, it was like, I don't know if it was a transition or the time really lapsed, where they made it look like after Shayna left and Doofy just went into this whole dramatic sequence of just about being so regretful. Here comes Natalie, and she pops in the pod, and strange enough, after Shayna dropping a bomb on him, she's all into him. Doofy actually proposes to Natalie, and of course she's excited. She doesn't know that he just had a conversation with the member of their love triangle about they should be together and all that, and he was suffering, but he's made the choice that, hey, I've gone as far with Natalie. She feels safe. We moving forward. So they're now happily engaged. And I'll go to another awkward moment. Now we got Jared. Jared, he's sitting at the table. He's like stressing and just hurting behind being torn between two women. Those two women are Mallory and Ayana. And oddly enough, he's talking to Salvador. Why that's odd? Salvador is interested in Mallory as well. And I'm thinking, like, you're pouring out your feelings to a man who wants one of the women that you want. But Sal is just being Sal. He's cool about it. He's just chilling. He's not tripping. He just feel like what's going to happen is going to happen, and everything's going to fall in place as it should. And he's absolutely right. That's the way you should handle it. So Jared, after just like thinking about being torn with the decision, he said he's just going to make his decision. So he sets up a date in the pods with Mallory. He wanted to make it special for her because she mentioned like she was into Taco Tuesday. And he got the tacos laid out for her in the pods. And Jared just, I guess even before they start eating their tacos, Jared brought to Mallory, like, hypothetically, like, if I was to propose to you, would you say yes? And do you see a life with us together? And I thought Mallory did a great job of a great acting job of just, she wasn't giving how she's doing Jared the whole time. She's not giving him straight up answers or direct statements, but she gives him enough. So she breaks down and like, oh, I'm so torn, or I'm just such a terrible cry. And he's thinking like, Jared's thinking like, yeah, she's getting emotional. She's getting ready to say, yeah, this is just what I've been waiting for. And she's like, you're so wonderful and such a good person. We just have so much fun. And then she gets to the end and she said, but she straightened right up. She wasn't crying no more. But I have other feelings for someone else. And I'm telling you, you can see Jared's face drop, like he was just like crushed. And Mallory was trying to check up on him and see if he was all right. And he's like, nah, I ain't all right. and he just pretty much said like, it's over, and left. And then she's like sad and crying, but I still don't buy it. That's like a dragon session to me. Dragon, not like a dragon with fire, but she dragged Jared along until the end. And when he had to have a definitive answer, she had the answer she knew all along. Yeah, you cool. We kick it. We can have fun. But seeing you as my husband, it's a no. She never did. So he got his answer that he'd been looking for. He just knew that Mallory was going to be his wife, because the way he asked, that hypothetical way, that was just a way of him protecting himself. So he wouldn't go all the way in and get his feelings hurt, but he was really asking her to marry him. And as soon as she said yeah, he's going to propose. That's what he was going to do. So we go to the next scene. We get to see Natalie. She's with her new fiance Doofy, and they get to meet for the first time. And they're both seem, once the doors open, they seem pretty excited to see each other. And I saw the attraction. And Natalie said when Doofy kissed her with his new $1,000 teeth, he said thousands of dollars of teeth in his mouth that's sticking out. She said that was the best feeling she ever felt in her life. And I'm like, really? Doofy kissing you, drooling on you, and that's the best feeling you felt in your life? And Doofy is just Doofy, because he's gonna do something like dumb or weird. He asked Natalie, like, he was like, the next time we see each other, what are we gonna do? And Natalie's like, he was like, oh, honey, sassy. It's sassy. If I hear him say sassy one more time, it ain't gonna be soon enough. Doofy irritates me so bad. I can't stand it. He's so goofy. Should I call him Goofy? But it's Doofy. So, heartbroken Jared, he's suffering it. He went back to the men's pod, the men's living quarters, and he's so sad. He's just so stressed out, and the guy's trying to comfort him and talk to him. And what does he do? He said, hey, I'm going to the pod and meet with Ayana. And he shared, when he talked to Ayana, he kind of gave it a leaning on the shoulder type conversation. He shared with her that he hypothetically proposed to Mallory. And as you can see, Ayana was like hurt by that. And she definitely had concerns like, why would he still be interested in her? Because that's like a major red flag. And I just don't see like how Ayana would even like entertain this at all, because the man, he's doing something like nobody's ever done from what I see on reality TV. He has proposed to a woman, and what we perceive as hours later or sometime elapsed later that day, proposes to Ayana. And that That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. And Ayana's just like she can't even deal with it. She can't even deal with it because initially when she first heard the news through Jared, she walked out and they came back and then brought it up again. She wanted to make sure, are you sure about me? Are you sure about this? And he's like, yeah. And would you be ready to propose to me? And he was like, yeah, but the reason she walked out the first time because he could not confirm whether he would have moved forward with Mallory if she said, yes, I would want to marry you. But we all know the answer. Why don't she know that answer? Because that's why he was asked. He was only asking that way to protect himself. So he proposes to Ayana and she accepts, which I thought was like super crazy because, yeah, she should have every right to be concerned or afraid because she's ignoring her intuition. It's total danger. This can't end well. The man just proposed marriage to one woman, told you about it. Okay, give him some credit for telling the truth, I guess. Told you about it, and then now y'all moving forward so y'all can get married in the same day. Come on now. If that ain't second fiddle, choice B, backup plan, I don't know. But okay. So we see Shayna now. We know Shayna's already accepted the proposal with her demon boy fiance Kyle. So they actually get to meet up for the first time. Never seen each other in person. And we can see like through their confessionals, they have like two totally different perspectives going on. Like Kyle's thinking like just meeting her is the final piece to the puzzle because they have just like such a perfect connection and all that, forgetting that she's a Christian, he's an atheist, and that's what it's just gonna be perfect from there. Now Shane is saying in her confession like, I really need to see him like for things to come together and to know that this is the right decision, because you can see Shayna is still unsure. And to me, sifting through her words, she's pretty much saying like, I have to see him to see if I'm physically attracted, to see if we can try to move forward in this process. Not not that crap they keep telling each other. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter how you look. It's if I see you and you're missing 3 teeth and none of that matters. I mean, it's all about your beauty on the inside. So that's what I got from what Shane is saying. So they actually get to meet, and you can see that like Shayna's energy is off. She goes along with the kiss and everything and all that, but you can tell like it's off. He tells Shane, talking about Demon Boy. Demon Boy tells Shayna like, "Wow, you're so beautiful," and she lied to him, talking about, and so are you. And pretty much that happy reunion, them getting to see each other, it ended pretty quickly because she pretty much told Kyle that like, hey, I'm working through some things because we have such this big difference. She's talking about her religion and that we can work it out. And you just see it all over. Like he's Kyle's understanding like, hey, well now at this point we're not just like meeting because she's reuniting or seeing me for the first time to put this perfect union together. She's pretty much saying like she's still making up her mind. Well, I'm glad he could see that or know that, but he still has his heads in the cloud or heads in the ground because he's a demon from hell. That they're still going to work out, and by him speaking, positive words, that it's going to work. But you can see Shayna ain't feeling him, and I don't know if anybody catches this. Like in dealing, you'll notice when she has like dealings with Demon Boy, she's always taking a drink. She's just drinking, like she's just stressed out. So we know that's not good. So we go to another meetup for another happy engaged couple. We got Jared from Chi-Town. He's back in the pods with his fiance Ayana, and when they meet up, I could say it appears that it pretty much goes the same way how it went in the pods. Ayana's like so into Jared. I mean, you can simply see that she's like smitten. She's in love. You know how they always say it on Love Is Blind. She's in love, and that's her best friend. She's just like geeking over this guy. And Jared, he looks happy. He seems happy, but it's kind of a hard read because I don't trust his instinct or judgment anytime he can propose to two different women in one day. We know this is a contest or a show, but that's a quick transition. I don't care if he was torn. He made a decision to go towards Mallory, and all of a sudden now he's marrying or he's engaged to Ayana. So I just don't touch. I don't trust him. And when they embrace and kiss, you can see he's significantly taller than her, and he's grabbing on her like rubbing her head like a little puppy. Ayana got her head done nicely in the short curls and all. I'm like, I don't know if he don't know. You rubbing on a black woman's head, while she got her head done and touching it. It was just weird. It was almost like I said a puppy, but it almost gave up like you was hugging a kid or something, hugging around his head, and that's supposed to be your wife. And Ayana was happy that he Jared proposed all over again and gave her the ring that matched her dress. She had a nice dress on, but it was gold. And pretty much I believe that's the same ring that he promised Mallory, because Mallory wanted a gold ring. So we got one more couple to do. Salvador has to meet his new fiance Mallory, and immediately when they connect, they get a little embrace and kiss, but you can see Mallory's energy is totally off. She has a look on her face like buyer's remorse. For those who may not know, buyer's remorse, like normally when you make a big purchase, like you purchase a car or a house, and normally if you're making big purchase, you're supposed to do like research, and because you can't like usually change them out real quick. It's like a big investment, and that's exactly what's going on with Mallory. Because for the minute she's saying like, yeah, she's attracted, but she's attracted to him emotionally. She's saying this in her confessionals, but something's not there, and you can tell she's not into him. And even in Salvador's confessional, he's like, I hope she likes me, because you can see and feel that it's just not there. She doesn't like what she sees. And she even said like she's starting not to feel good about like her choice. So I don't know if she means just Salvador totally, or she wish she went with Jared. But either way, she's not happy. And I'm not surprised. So after all the couples are married, so now we can actually say couples, because everybody's coupled up, whether they're the backup plan or whatever. We immediately go to the honeymoon resort in Mexico, and the first couple we see is Shayna and Demon Boy Cal, and they're relaxing, and we learn that Demon Boy has given Shayna his mother's engagement ring. And Shayna saying she love is like classic, is like hers a little older, because she's, I guess, significantly older than Demon Boy Cal, maybe about 5 or 7 years. I don't really remember. I'm gonna say 5 years. I don't remember the number. But the crazy thing we learned is that Demon Boy Cal has given Shayna this ring from his mother, and his mother doesn't even know about it. So he just stole the ring and told me, yeah, we'll get another ring. I was worried about that you didn't. You will be worried about your ring didn't look like everybody else's. And that's that's very alarming. You didn't took your mother's engagement ring, gave it to your fiance. Your mother don't know about it. And it sounded like he didn't have the funds to get a ring or something. That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't have budgets, because why would he take his mother's ring without her knowledge? And we go to Shake and Deep T. They in Mexico as well. They on their suite. And Deep T, she reminds me of like a little high school who can't get enough of having a big crush on a boy, but she's all over Shake. He's going along with it, but you can see she's way more into him than he is to her. He's not really saying anything different, but I just don't see it for them. I just don't see it like he's happy with her. And The guy to me, he's just like misleading. He's like a dishonest guy. That being shallow and worried about like strictly on outside appearance, it just doesn't go away from a vulnerable talk. So at the honeymoon, in their suite on the balcony is Doofy and Natalie, and they sit on the balcony enjoying the day, enjoying the good weather out there in Mexico. And Doofy's out there, he's pretty much begging for birthday sex. His birthday's coming up, and he's like, the suite over here is vacant, the suite over here is vacant, so you know what I want. I'm surprised he didn't say sassy. But he's definitely trying to get Natalie give him some birthday sex, and she's like, well, we'll see what's going on. But Doofy's just continue to be Doofy. He's like talking to Natalie, but then he's like begging for comments, like, oh, you haven't told me, or how good I look or something like that. And I mean, to me, that's like exhausting. I get it that words of affirmation can be a love language for men or women, but it tires me out to just hear him like ask and beg, and that's just not Natalie's style. That's not how she operates. So if she even did, it's going to come off fake or whatever. He even gets into the thing where like, oh, when she's joking, you're being mean. These people are so fragile. They're so insecure. And Doofy even said like in the beginning of the show that he didn't really like dating women because they kind of made fun of him all the time. They're being mean. They're being mean to him because he's a doofus. He's awkward. He's weird. And I guess to even break the awkward ice, you got to make fun of the situation, or you just get up and walk away from Doofy. So I guess I would say again, Shania would have been a better fit for Doofy. So as far as like the episode wrapping up, we see Shayna's demon boy fiance Cal. They sitting in the room. They in their honeymoon suite, just having dinner. And again, the buyer's remorse is definitely present in this marriage, because Shayna, she's just not feeling demon boy. And I thought that Jared had did something so over the top on reality shows, as far as proposing to two women in 24 hours. I take it back. Shayna got the record, because it was more so like Shayna still putting up these walls and barriers, and I would say excuses to buy time. She even told Demon Boy to go ahead and take a shower or whatever, so they could chill out and whatever. I guess when he got back, she was like, well, we got those differences that still bothers me, and I just want to set some healthy boundaries. Normally, I don't set boundaries in a relationship, so I don't feel comfortable sleeping in a room with you. All that stuff sounds familiar, like from Married at First Sight and all that. I just don't feel comfortable with you staying in the room. And he was like, well, okay, because even though the demon boy is from hell, he's very optimistic or delusional, whatever you want to put it. He's more so like, well, hey, I respect your bounds. We can just enjoy each other. And, I'm disappointed that we can't be together, but, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be with you and make you comfortable. That sounds familiar, like Married at First Sight. And she's like, okay, good. So I'm going to call it a night. And Cal's like, you going to call it a night? We here together. Look at the clock. It's 7:46. She's like, yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to go to my room. So, I mean, she got a room, and if she already had a room or whatever, she gone. She ain't had no plans of staying with the man. And Kyle is just like so confused. He's like, it's still daylight outside. My wife leaving, telling me she going to bed at 7:46. So I would understand being confused by that. And, Kyle's like, well, still optimistic. Maybe we'll have a better day tomorrow, and we can get together and work on the boundaries and work on our connection and commitment. At 7:52, Shayna was going down the hallway with her bag. She leave the resort. She done ghosted this man on his honeymoon. Now that's gangster. Shayna is a G. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, like I said, from season 1, it wasn't about like the drama. This is truly about the drama. And that's just so crazy that Shayna felt comfortable not only putting the boundaries with that man saying, hey, I want to sleep in my room. I want to go to bed before 8 o'clock, but leaves the resort. She gone. She done left that man at their honeymoon. So that wrapped up the episode. And like I said, more and more, I'm here for the drama. It's not like last season, but it gives something different. And it's giving that, I guess, that toxicity that people seem to be liking because everybody keeps coming back for more on all these shows. So I guess they didn't fed into it as well. So that's it for that episode. And I appreciate all the Dub fam. Just continue to giving all the support. Like I said, get down to those comments. That's where I need you to be. And as I tell y'all can be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate that, and I really mean it.